Returning to those principles that leaders need to bear in mind. Principle 4. Remember, we are never just reasoned or argued into change. This is a very emotional issue for us. As well as emotional reassurance, we need at least 3 other things satisfied. Our beliefs and values. Is this biblical? Is it Christian? Is this consistent with the core values of our denomination? Will this promote the gospel? Will this create a more vital church in this place? Then there's the question of experience. Can I see a working model of this somewhere else? When I heard Bill's story and experience, I knew that this was right. When I actually saw and handled the model, the physical model of the new building, then it made sense to me. People need their experience tapped as well. And then thirdly, our minds. It must make sense. It must be reasonable, of course. Principle 5. Remember, our decisions are also a process. It takes us time to decide. And we need to decide informally before we're asked to decide formally, to put our hands up at a meeting. Don't ask us to decide too early or too quickly. This chart shows that different people decide at different rates. Research shows that the majority of people, up to 60%, are middle adopters of change. That is, they take time to accept or adopt a new idea. A further 20% is made up of those who accept the change grudgingly and very late, and some who will continue to resist, and some who may even leave. That means that if you move too fast, you will only have 20% of us with you. Principle 6. If we are to own the change, we have to have a say in negotiating it and deciding how it is to be implemented. The more people are involved in the process, the greater the chance of its acceptance and success. Principle 7. Implementation of the change must be placed towards the end of the process. All of the above that we've talked about takes time. Remember the 80-20 principle. It takes 80% of the time to communicate the vision and the change, and just 20% to get the task done. If you reverse this process, then you'll have a problem. You cannot over-communicate. Principle 8. Give the change boundaries. This is an experiment for 12 months. A change without boundaries is more fearful. Principle 9. Don't try to change too much too quickly. The chart you can see shows the process and the time that it takes. After we've developed a vision, it has to be communicated. Information, education, knowledge, experience, consultation. People have questions. There is discussion and interaction and feedback, dialogue. It takes time to decide and then eventually to implement. By following these clues and these principles, you can make the whole process of change for people a much more positive experience. In the church's life, everything should be subject to our Christ-given purpose, our mission. Our mission should shape our structures, our organisation, our community. It should not be the other way around. We should be willing to subject everything to reformation in order to be obedient to Christ's command. Go and make disciples of all nations. We must always be willing to subject our old methods, habits and traditions to our prime directive, Christ's mission. Accompanying this videotape are a set of group discussions and exercises for you to take people through. These will help you to tackle some of the changes that you have ahead of you as a church.